Hello guys, welcome back to our 30 days daily UI UX design challenge. My name is James Dominic and today is the day 2 of our challenge. In today's challenge, we'll be designing a checkout page for a clothing brand e-commerce website. So make sure you stay to the end of this video. Without any further ado, let's dive right in. Before I begin, let me quickly recap what we have done so far. On day 1 of our design challenge, we created a login page for a mobile application. The name of the mobile application company was Redwood Furniture, which focuses on selling interiors to both home and abroad users. We tried to make the login page user friendly and also kind of motivating to the user to continue using the application. So if you missed that video, make sure you click the link in the description to check it out and catch up. The first step is to understand the checkout processes of similar brands like this and then identify our user goals. So after making some research about different brands, seeing how their checkout process looks like, then I went on to define what my user will want to achieve with this checkout page, like what the goals of my users are. So I listed some goals which include smooth transaction. Our user will need a smooth transaction and a transaction that is easy to accomplish without any too much scrolling or too much tasks to do. Then our user also need a seamless user experience. After defining my project goals and scope, the next thing to do was to map out my user flow. But before drawing my user flow diagram, I listed the elements I'll be needing in my checkout page. These elements include items card, that is a card that will show the image of the item, the name of the item, the prices and item details that was ordered, the cart summary, continue shopping link for the customer to add more items to his cart, and the checkout button. And after that, I went on to draw my user flow. I will leave in the link of this user flow in the description section. So just go ahead and download the package for today's design challenge. Then you'll find this in. After drawing my user flow diagram, the next thing I did was to draw my sketch and wireframe of this project. I used a low fidelity wireframe for this project, mainly focusing on the layouts, the placement of my content and elements, and the interaction of the design. I also considered the placement of key elements like the cart summary, the shipping details, the payment option, and the order confirmation. I am also going to be leaving this wireframe in today's package, so make sure you check it out. The next step was my visual design, and for this I chose my fonts to be Montserrat. I'm going to be using different versions of Montserrat, that's Montserrat Bold, Montserrat Classic, and the others like that. Then for the colors, I chose black with the color code 000000, white with the color code FFFFFF, and gray with the color code F5F5. For images, I decided to use some eco-friendly clothes. So guys, This is our Figma. So let me rename this project. Just double click on this untitled, then I'm going to rename it check out page for, I'm going to write the name of my brand, which is Ecomoda. Okay, I'll click on enter. So I've renamed my page, and let me make this layout more darker so that my design will be visible. And just click on this and just bring this downwards like this. Exactly. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do now is using my user flow diagram as my guide. So my user flow diagram is on my page 1. I'm going to be using it as my guide. So let's go back to our checkout page design. I'm going to add a frame here. So let's click on this, select frame. Then I'm going to be using this time around the desktop frame. So let me just select desktop like this. Exactly. Now, next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add a grid to this frame here. First of all, let me change the color of my frame like this to, I'm going to change it to F5, F5, F5 like this. Okay, so this is it. Then next I'm going to do is to add some layout grids to this. Just come over to this place, click on this, then click on this, then I'm going to select columns. Exactly. I'm going to set my count to 16 like this. Then I'm going to set my stretch, set type to stretch like this. Our margin is going to be 64. Yeah, exactly like this. Then my gutter is going to be 16 like this. I'm going to add another grid to this section. So let me click on this grid, layout grids again. I'm going to click on this plus icon here. Then I'll set the grid setting again. Go to grid. This time I'm going to select rows. I'm going to select my row count to be 1000. And I'm going to select the type to top like this. The reason why I set it to 1000 counts is so that, because in case you want to expand this layer now, there will be more grids in it. So that is why I set it like this. Then I'm going to set the gutter to 16. Sorry, I'm going to set the gutter to 24 like this. Then I'm going to set this to 64 like this. Okay, so I've applied my grid. The reason why I apply this grid to this frame is for aligning my works, you understand. To do that, I want to add another frame to this layout. I'm just going to click on this frame icon and I'm going to draw my frame like this. Okay, so we can see the reason for adding margins like this. So let me just reduce the size like this. Okay, so that is it. I've added a frame to this section. The next thing I'm going to do is to create a logo for this. So I'm just going to use a simple text to do this. Just type in Ecomoda like this. So now let me select a font. So I'm going to select Monster Arts for this. Okay, so I'm going to be using Monster Arts like this. I'm going to set the font to bold like this. Exactly. So now let's move in our logo. Let me make the color of the logo green. So let me just make it Okay, then put in my color code F5 F5 F5. And I'm using a green color like this. Exactly. So now I'm going to zoom in. I'm going to drag this into this my frame like this. Let me increase the text size to 24. Yeah. Now align my text. Make sure it's aligned to the center of this frame here. Just align to the center here like this, and let the edge of the frame. Make sure the edge of the frame is aligned to the edge of this margin. And just shift it a little bit. Okay, now it's aligned. Then to make sure that your work is aligned to the center of this frame here, what you just have to do is just come to this place. So you can see align vertical center. So just click on it, then to align automatically. So that is it. I've created my logo. Next thing I'm going to do now is to add in my search bar. To do that, I'm going to just click on this square icon here and just draw it outside here so it will be easier to create. Okay, something like this. Exactly. Then I'm going to use this color code. Sorry, I'm going to just color code for it like this. Exactly. Then okay, so let me make the color, increase the corner radius to, let's say 20 like this. Then I'm going to make the smoothing. Click on this, then I'm going to make it smooth like this. Okay, let's bring this into our frame. Bring it into our frame like this. Then align it to the center. Just click on this, align to the center automatically. I want to make this a little bit darker like this. And then just change the color of this to white. Exactly. And I'm going to add a border to this. Sorry, a stroke. So I'll just click on this plus icon to add my stroke. I'm going to leave the color of this stroke black. I'm going to change the stroke radius to 2 like this. Exactly. Okay, now let's see how it looks like. So let me just select this frame. Select this, and then I'm going to deactivate this. Just hide this to see how it look like. So this is what we have, like this. Okay, then include it back. Next thing I'm going to do, I want to add a search bar to this search icon here. So then I'm going to use a plugin called Icons 8. So just go to plugins. I already have it here, but just in case you don't have it, you can just click on find more plugins and search for Icons 8. And I'm going to see it there. I'm just going to go ahead and run it. Let's wait for it to load. Okay, so this is our icons plugin. So let me just look for search icon. Just click here to search for search like that. Then it's going to load different search icons. Let me use this one here. Just click on this one to apply it. Okay, now you can see it here. And just move it and reduce the size. Okay, so I'm going to put it here like this. Let it be in the center. Okay, I want to add something else here. Let me add a line to differentiate this from text field. So just come here and draw a line like this. Okay, exactly. Now it's still aligned. Okay, so this is what we have here. increase the length of the line a little bit. Okay, so I've created my search field like this. The next thing I'm going to do, I want to add the cut option here. Exactly, I want to add the cut option here like this. So I'm going to go back to my icons, log in again to search for cat icon, and just click on it. Then search for cat. Cat. I'm gonna load different icons. You select the ones you want. Sorry, I need icons instead. Okay, so I'm just gonna select this one like this. It's gonna load in our design. Okay, so we have it here. So let's just move this like this to this direction. And I'm going to reduce the size like this. Align it to the edge of this frame. So now let me duplicate this frame. I'll just click on it like this and click on Ctrl D to duplicate. I'm going to move the second one downwards, just beneath this other one like this. Let me increase the size so that's what I'm doing. Okay, exactly. Now I'm going to delete these elements from here. I'm going to delete this from here and leave just the logo and sorry for that. I'm going to leave just logo and that place like that. Delete it. Going to delete this too. Can you duplicate this one and paste it here? Then I'm going to delete that one from that place. Okay, delete. So we are going to leave our icon just in that first line. I'm going to put this one here like this. Okay, let me zoom in. So make sure it's aligned to the edge of the frame like that. Okay, then I'm going to remove this from here. I want to add a menu icon there. So let's go back to our plugin again. Icons 8. Wait for it to load. So let me search for menu. Okay, and just select this one here and wait for it to load. Okay, exactly. Now let me reduce the size and move it upward like this. So I want to move this menu icon into my second frame like this. So let me just move it like this to this place exactly, so that I can now align it together with this frame. So I'll just click on this to align it horizontally. Okay, now let me move this like this. Let's move this line too like this. Then let's add back our search icon. Okay, so this is it here. Just have to reduce the size. Let's move the search icon into our frame so that we can align it. So just click on this. Okay, now it's aligned. So I told you through creating our first two frames. Then just click on this and name it Ecomoda. Ecomoda. I'm going to name this one menu. Okay, like that. So name select this and name it cat, because this is a cat frame we are creating like this. Now I'm going to put an indicator to show how many items we have selected in our cart, but that will be the last thing I'll do for this frame. So name just first of all create carts. Okay guys, let's remove this grid to know how this is gonna look like. So I'm going to select this grid, just click on this cart, then move to this layout grid section, then disable the eye icon. Okay, so this is what we have now. I want to select this and change the color to white, so just click on this grid here, then move to fill section, click on this plus icon to add fill, then you have added a white color FFFFF. Okay, now the next one, I want to group this search bars, the elements in the search bar together. So let me just come here, I'll hold my shift and click to select multiple items at the same time. So I'm going to select my line and my rectangle. Wait, let me realign this so that it's easier to group. Just move everything upward. Okay, now I can select everything together like this. So after then I'll click on Ctrl G and let me rename my group search like this. Okay, exactly. Now I want to add a drop shadow to this group like this. So I'll select my group, then let's move to effects. I'll click on plus to add effects, then I'll select drop shadow and click on this to edit my settings. Just move this to and make it my blur radius 40. Then I want to reduce opacity to okay, so 15 like this. Now set this to 2 also like this. Okay, so I'm going to add a drop shadow to this menu icon and cat icon too as well. So now I'm just double click on the menu icon, go to my effects. I'm going to use the same settings, drop shadow 2 40 and 15%. Okay, exactly. Do the same for this. Effects, drop shadow 2 40 15%. Okay, exactly. So now I've added drop shadows to these elements. Now let's bring back our grid. So I'll click on cats. I'm going to enable my grid back like this. So now I want to create a card, my checklist card. So I'll just go to my shapes and select a rectangle. So now let's draw a rectangle like this. Alright. I'm gonna move it to the section and move it like this. Exactly. Okay, then I'm gonna change the fill to white. Okay, exactly. So let's add some elements into here. Let me copy this shape. So just Ctrl D to duplicate, and I'm going to reduce the size of the second one. Okay, yeah, exactly. Let's reduce the size of this one to here, like this. Okay, then I'm going to add some elements into here. So let's go to add an image to this. So let's go to our plugin on Splash. So go to plugins. I'm going to unsplash. Wait for it to load. So I'm going to select hoodies like this. Which hoodie? Okay, exactly. So let me select this one. Wait for it to load. Exactly. So I'm cancel this. So let me add some details into this. So I'm click on my text tool. I'm going to click on this. Let me type in gray hoodie like this. Then let me move this to this point here like this. Okay, let's move this like this. Then I'm going to change the font size to, I'll leave the font size on 24 and make this to be medium. Okay, let me leave it on bold like that. Okay, next I'm going to duplicate this text, so I'll click on Ctrl D to duplicate and move this one downwards like this. Okay, like this. So I'm going to change what I'm going to put here. I'm going to put in color. So just put gray. Okay, like this. Let's move this like this here. Exactly. I'm going to change the font size to 18 points like this. I'm going to change this to regular. Okay, then put it like this. Let me change this to medium. So let me just change this to large to indicate the size. Large. Okay, let me align it like this. Okay, and then I'm gonna change this to let me say $50. Okay, like this. Exactly. Let me change this back to medium. Change this to $50, and I'm going to increase the size of this to 24, so that's going to be visible. Okay, so I'm going to move this like this. I'm going to move this like this. And make this one bold too. Okay, semi bold is okay for it. And make the font size 20, so that's gonna be visible. When I move this and align it like this. Okay, now let me group these three items together. So just hold your shift and click on each of the items. Click on this and click on this. Then click on Ctrl G. So let me name it product details. Exactly. So I want to reduce the spacing between these three elements. So you can just come here, you see a line. After grouping them, you see a line like this. You can just move it upward or downwards like this to increase the spacing. So I want my spacing to be 10. You can see it, my padding is 10 between them. Or you can do it like this. You can just move upward and click on this, then go to distribute vertical spacing, and that line will show there. So I'm going to leave this like this. I want to add something here. I'm going to add a delete icon, so that in case the user want to delete this item from his cart, you'll be able to do that. So to do that, let me go to my plugins, then icons 8. Let's wait for it to load. So we have a delete icon here. We have different delete icon, but let me search for one. Search for, okay, let me use this one instead. This one is better. Use this X. So we have it now. I just move it. Sorry about that. Select this and move it like this, and reduce the size. Okay, something like this. Okay, so now to move this into this. Let's move this into this group like this. So let me move this rectangle upwards. Sorry about that, I'm still going to arrange this. So let me just move this like this. Okay, let me make this text here. I want to make it bold. So that's okay, exactly like this. So I want to group every element in this place like this together. So let me just select everything and group them together. So remember, hold your shift key to select, then Ctrl G. Let me name it gray who. Sorry for that. Double click on this to rename it. So gray hoodie, exactly. So this is what you have here. So I want to add a field where the user can add more item or remove some items. So let me just click on this, go to my plugins, search for icons 8, wait for it to load, and I'm going to search for plus icon. I'll click on okay, let's say this one, exactly. Then let me search for minus icon. Okay, I'll click on this one, exactly. Okay, so now let's edit this. Let me reduce the size. Okay, I'm gonna move it to this point like this. But this one too, I'm gonna use the same dimension, 33 and 45. So change this to 33 and this to 45 like this. I'm gonna move it to this point. Now I'm gonna create a shape, a square shape. So let's draw a square shape. And into this, let me move this to align it like this. So I'm gonna move this to align it to that side. Let me move this like this to align it with our hoodie. Okay, let me click on this. Okay, so now the height of my shape is 33 and the width is 167, while the height and width of my icons are 33 and 33. So now then, once to increase the corner radius of this, let me say 40. 40 is too much. Let me make it let's say 33. Okay, let me make it 33. I'm going to leave the corner just like that. Just Ctrl Z to make everything go back to height source. Okay, like this. Okay, now I'm going to duplicate this square. Just click on Ctrl D. Then I'm going to move it like this. Just going to change the weight to 36 like this. I'm going to duplicate it again and move it to this side and move it like this. Okay, exactly. Then I want to add a stroke to this square. I'll go here and click on this plus button to add a stroke to my square. Okay, let me make this to be 2 like this. Now do the same for this stroke 2. I'm going to do it for this 2 stroke and 2. Okay, this is what we have. So now I want to change the color of this square. Let me change it to white. Okay, let's see how it looks like. So this is what we have here. I'll let me group everything together, and then when to hold my shift, click on this, click on this, click on this. Then Ctrl G like this. So I'm gonna rename it. Let's name it add more. Okay, so I click on this group. You have all our elements inside. Okay, now so we are through with creating our card. Sorry, I forgot to add again. Let me add a number here. Let me just copy this text, just Ctrl D and move it downwards into this, then bring it. So I'll bring it into my add more group so that it will be visible. Then I'll just align it like this. So as you can see, the left and right spacing is 24, 27, 27. So I think that is it for our, we are through with our this. So let's add this. Let's add this add more group into our gray hoodie group. So just drag it into this place like this. So yeah, everything is now in one group. Now let me do one last thing to this card. I'm going to just click on this and add a drop shadow. So I'll go to my effects, then drop shadow, make it 4, Y4. I'm going to make my blur, then like this, and opacity to 20 like this. So that is it. We have finished creating our first card. So we have finished creating one of our cards. I'm going to move this downwards a little bit. Let's bring in our frame so that we'll not make mistake in our alignment. So let me just click on this and enable my frame. Sorry, my grid. So I'm going to bring this like this. So I select this and let me move it downwards like this. Okay, exactly. Now let me copy this text in this group. I'm just going to duplicate it and move it out of this frame and bring it to this place like this. I'm going to change the name to let me change it to cats. Exactly. So now let me move it like this. Okay, so that is it. So let me disable this grid so that I'll see what I'm doing properly. So this is what we have here. Now I want to separate this cat from this card here. So what I'm going to do is just to go to this place, then I'll click on it, then let's move it upward like this.
So exactly, so now it is now detached from our card. Next thing I'm going to do is to duplicate this card. So just click on it and click on Ctrl D to duplicate. And I'm going to move it downwards like this. Let me duplicate it again like this, exactly. So now I'm going to change some of these stuffs. Now let me just change some of these things. Let me just click on this, replace this image. So I'll go to Unsplash, then go to my plugins. Can right click to go to your plugins too. So I click on oh sorry, no, not this. I want to go to Unsplash. So plugins, Unsplash. So let me search for cap, eco-friendly cap, like this. Search for something like this. Let's wait for it to load. So let me select this one here, wait for it to load. Exactly, so the image will change. Let me select something else instead. Let me select this one here. I'm going to do the same for this image here, and double click on it so that I'll select that image. And I'm going to search for user friendly sneakers, enter, eco-friendly sneakers, wait for it to load. So this shows some results of sneakers here. Just select one we want. Let me just search for sneakers only to see. Sneakers. Okay, exactly. So I'm going to select this one here. Let me select something else. Let me use this one instead. Okay, exactly. So now what I just need to do is edit some information here. So I'm going to click on this and let me write red face cap, like this. Then let me just change this price to, let's say, 15. Gonna remove this one from here. Just delete this because we don't need it for now. Now move this one upwards like this. Exactly. Now let me okay, like this. Let me just change this to, let's delete it. I'm sorry, let me change it to one item. Let's sell one item like this. I'm gonna set this one to, let's say, 5, like this. Okay, then let's go to this and edit it too. I'm gonna change it to white sneakers, like this. Then I'm align it for that. Align this with my text. Okay, like this. Okay, so now that's what we have here. Okay, now we are through with creating our card. I'm going to create one more card here to show the other summary. So let me just click on this group and duplicate and move it like this. And I'm going to adjust the size of the group like this. Like this. Let me enable our frame so that we align it with our margin. So I'm going to click on this, then I'll click on my enable frame like this. Okay, so as you can see, it's aligned. So let me just increase the size of this card a little bit like this. So let me do the items inside. Okay, yeah, let me just increase it like this a little bit. Going to remove some items from it. Okay, so let me remove this square. Click on delete, we don't need it for now. Just shift this like this. Exactly. Okay. Then move it here like this. Okay. I'm going to delete the rest. Just click on delete. Go to delete this group too. Delete. Delete. And delete. Exactly. So now I'm going to change this to edit this and change it to cut summary. So let's change the position of this. Okay, then move it downwards like this. Okay. Move this. Okay, exactly like this. So now I'm going to duplicate this. Ctrl D. So move this downwards like this. Align it. Make sure it's aligned. So now I'm going to change the information inside. Right, sub total like this. Let me change it. I'm going to change this to medium like this. Okay, like that. I'm going to duplicate this too again. Ctrl D. Gonna move it downwards. Let me change this to this count. Okay, exactly like this. I'm gonna duplicate it again. Then I'm gonna change this to let's change this to sorry. Let's change this to total. Okay, like this. And make this one bold. Exactly like this. Okay. Let me remove this grid so that I'll see what I'm working on. And just enable it like this. Okay, now exactly this is what we want. I'm gonna click on this and move it to this and reduce this. Okay, then I'm gonna move this too. Like this. I'll do the same too for this. Like this. Okay, exactly. Let me do this for this also. Okay, like this. Okay, now so let me just duplicate this. Duplicate this. You have just Ctrl C. I'm gonna paste it here. So just right click and click on paste here. Exactly. And then align it like this. Okay. So I'm just gonna add up everything and write down the total. So my subtotal is gonna be $115 with a $15 discount. So my total is gonna be $100. I'm gonna add a square. I'm gonna set the square height to 40 points, and the height is gonna be 40 points, and I'm gonna align the length together with the width of my right up there. I'm gonna set the color of my checkout box to be black, and I'm gonna write checkout inside the box with the text white. I'm gonna set the text to bold. So let's just go ahead and edit everything so that you can see the final outcome.
So guys, our cart page for Ecomoda is finally completed. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you leave a like and a comment, and also don't forget to subscribe. Thank you for watching, and see you in my next design challenge.